Welcome to the wonderful world of video editing. I'm your host Mark here, coming to you from Wellington in the lovely sunny Lower Hutt. You're a PT and you may be thinking to yourself, how do I edit my video workouts and get it out to the world that looks professional and clean, but at the same time gives great value? You may be doing something like this, pushing the record button and then walking back into frame, giving a lengthy explanation of the whole workout, or simply just making simple mistakes. Today's video is about using an app called QUIK and how to edit this bad stuff out, put a layer of text and a layer of music in there to give your whole film a bit of a professional look and to get to the value point straight away. So upon opening up the app QUIK, we have this icon called Create a New Video. We can click on this one when you first start off. So go to your albums and click the album that you best want to collect your footage. I'm going to click on the three images there. And now we can start off by giving it a title. Workout 1. Continue. So here we have different templates. We're starting with Grammy, the next one's action. Next one's boxed. We have lapse, slice, over. These are transitions. They'll give you a different style, different feel throughout your video, and they'll also have different fonts and text that are automatically pre-programmed in each template. Today we're going to start with action. Then we move on to music. It's the icon down the bottom. Music to play with. Outdoors. Now if we don't like any of those, we can either scroll right across and we have my music, no music, or no sound. If we go to my music as well, we can choose the music from our own gallery. And to access as well, we push this little icon up here to my music library. Now we have featured. This is the music that is already featured within the app itself, and it has a very extensive library of different kind of music. So you'll find something pretty good. The good thing about this as well, these are all royalty free. So I would recommend really choosing some of the music from here. We also have the ability to use my music. So if you have something music in there that you like, access that and chuck that in there as well. I'm going to go to this first one here. I'll click on that one. I'll push OK, the tick button. Now this will load up the music. And here's our music coming through. Now for this video, I'm just going to turn this music off. Okay, let's go into the next part. So the next 3 lines here at the bottom. So we got the third one here is duration. We can choose the music, the full length. Now grade music ending, bring it down, or go for Instagram. As you can see, we're going to bring it all the way back out to auto duration, and we'll click on that button. We've got cinema. We've got portrait, however that may look. I'm going to stick with cinema. We've got filters as well, so we go to different kind of feel, different kind of colors. In this situation, I'm going to go right to the end and I'll make it black and white. Click on that button through there. We've got font. We can edit the style of font that we like after we've added some text in. So now we move into the next part here. You'll see on the Android, you'll see a little pencil icon right there. On the Apple, you'll see the pencil icon once you tap the video itself. So I click on that, it now brings me up different variations of different tools I can play with. Think of this as your second layer. At the beginning, we could add more text. So I can say on detail, tempo, 4 and 1. Click on that. And now we have at the bottom, we've got tempo 4 and 1. Now you can see as well, it came out very quickly and you couldn't really read it. So the next part here, we're going to the button trim. Trim is your key icon button. It's cutting through in this video very quickly and it's not showing the parts that I wanted to show. So I click on the button show and you can see these blue lines. These blue lines indicate highlighted areas that it already has shown, and it's picking up things that it already likes. So moving on to the word manual. Manual is the one you'll be looking at. Scrolling across and clicking on manual. Now we have the whole feature of the whole clip. If I click on that, you can now see tempo 41 comes up and it stays a little longer. This time here, we're seeing a lot of the video. Now we don't want to see everything, all this intro, me moving the seat back, a couple of mistakes. Let's move this back a little bit. So I go back to my icon trim. I'm going to move one side all the way down until I see something that I like. Whatever starting point you think is appropriate. So I'm going to move it up a little bit more, and that's a good starting point. Working on that slow down, and then coming up for a nice good quick for the raise there. Do this maybe 2 or 3 times to indicate where the exercise is looking. And then I'll just bring this other end up, and we want to put around that kind of 10-second mark. That's probably about good. I'll click the tick button, and let's have a look at the difference. Tempo 4 and 1, we're going down, coming up, we're straight into the exercise itself. We've got a couple of reps there. Great. Moving on to the next one. So I can move on to the next exercise. And the next exercise, if I was pushed play in this situation here, I've got me walking around, I'm holding something, it's cutting up into different pieces and bits and pieces. So let's clean this all up. So let's start with a word, a title. So I pause that, I go to add text. Now you can either use caption or title. So I'm going to start with title to give it the first intro. So this one I'm going to give it a title, and I'm going to give it a word. So this one here is going to be called rugby sock squats. I'll click on that, and now you can see here we've got the icon down the bottom, and I can move it around if I wish. So that now is my title, rugby sock squats. I can move into the actual exercise itself. I can give this title of either tempo or potentially reps. So this situation, we'll give it reps. Reps in 12, but as you can see, it's cutting through quickly and it's not finding the areas that I want to show. So I'll go back to my icon trim. Then I'll click on the word manual. It'll highlight the whole area. Now it's seeing a lot. Seeing at the beginning, I'm walking into shot. I've got my daughter walking around. I need to cut up a bit of those areas. Now, key element with Android, you have a split icon. Now this split icon will split this video into pieces. For Apple, you'll see an icon called duplicate, and here's a little indication of what duplicate looks like. You click on the duplicate to make 2 or 3 different videos. For this situation for Android, we'll split the video up into 2 or 3. You can apply the same process for each one. So I'm going to click on split. Now I have my one piece of footage. I'm going to cut this up into different pieces. So I want them to see that I'm using a rugby sock because that's at the beginning. So I'm going to make sure that is part of the key element. I also want them to see other bits and pieces through this. So I'm going to cut this onto 2. So now I've got 1, 2. So that there 1 and 2 are my 2 segments. I'll go back to my first one. I'll go to the trim icon, and I can see that that area there is highlighted. Now I don't want to see the beginning part, but I do want them to see the fact that it's a rugby sock, and I'm moving into shot. But I got my daughter in there, so I'm going to come back and I'm going to redo this. So I know about here is probably appropriate, so I'm going to bring this all the way down, and it's all it is showing that part. We're walking back into shot with that piece. I'll click on that because that's what I want to show. Reps 12. Great. We'll move on to the second video, which I split into 2. I'll go again, and I'm going to go to trim again because it automatically puts it into balance. So let's go push the manual icon. I'll push the click button, this tick button, then I'll move it along, and I'll go to the split. So I'm going to split this footage up again. So I want to get rid of bits and pieces. So I'm going to move it along because I do want to show the fact that I'm using a bottle as well. So I'll split that up. Now I've got 1, 2, 3. And remember, if you're using Apple, you would have just duplicated that same video 3 times, but you'll do the same process of dragging each side down. So I'll go back to my trim button, which is our friend, and I'm going to just work on purely the exercise only. That's a good start, just working down, again working on tempo in this situation, and I'm going to bring the side up to 1, working around that 5 or 6 seconds to make it nice and short. It's pretty self-explanatory that there's one exercise, 1 rep there. I'll click on that button. Now on this one here, I'm going to change the title. So rather than being 12 reps, I'm going to change it to tempo. Here we go. And now we see the idea. We've got tempo 4 and 1, and we have a title starting at the beginning of each cut. So you can see if I go back to the beginning, there's a title of reps, starting off with that one, reps 12. My second split, start of that split, titles or words will come up. So if you want to cut up an area and have some words there, that's where you'll put it. Make sure you know where the splits are. And you've got 4 on 1. Okay, let's move to the next one. So we've split up the third one now. Now let's have a look. So we'll go back to trim again. We've got to see how it's balanced automatically again. Click on the manual part again. And just find the area that you like to highlight. And if you want to put some text in that area here, we'll click on the tick button. Change the text. And this time here, use a water bottle. And just giving instructions as you go. So now, if we wanted to watch those 3 pieces there, we could do so in sequence. So let's start at the beginning. Actually write rugby socks. Now if I want to watch the whole lot, because if I push play, I'm just watching that segment of footage. I'll push play, I'll click on the footage to see the whole timeline. I'll push play, go to rugby sock squats, 12 reps. We're highlighting those areas. We've got the squat going on with just the band. Now we've got use a water bottle, and we've highlighted those areas that are key. I could do the same thing with the next footage and edit that. So I go back to my pencil button, I go to the last part, and I go to my trim button, I go to manual, I highlight the areas that I want, bringing up each end, put in some text, add the text in. So this time here, I can give a title again, or I can caption it. So title, lower leg dips, click on that, lower leg dips is my title, which is great. Now I'm going to go back to the footage, I'll add another text, and now this time here it's just going to be a caption, not a title. And this one could be 5 reps, tempo, 4 and 1. There you have it. And that will finish off nicely. So let's watch the whole footage and see how it goes. 45 seconds, workout 1. Great. So that should get you started. Remembering when you're clicking on the pencil button on a piece of footage, that pencil button there will give you the accessibility to add text, trim. If you wanted to boost some volume, mix the volume from your sound of your voice to the volume of your voice, and the music in the background, you could do so as well. So here we got the speed, you can go faster. If you wanted to slow it down and go a little more in slow motion, but I'll give you a tip and trick around making sure that footage is even smoother in the next video to come. Once you've done so, click on the footage and this little blue icon at the bottom will pop up. Click on the blue icon here through here. Now this is how you save your footage. For the Android, this is how it looks. For Apple, this is how it looks for you. Key component here, just save it without sharing. For Android at the bottom here, or for Apple, what you want to do is save to your camera roll. Once you've done so, then you'll be able to upload that to whatever platform you can. If you happen to share it through a link or share it through a different platform automatically, what it tends to do is it tends to share the link of the GoPro app, so someone else cannot watch it until they actually get the footage themselves. So they need to themselves download the app and then be able to watch it. So I hope that's helped and get you started to get some good workouts out there to make your stuff look awesome.